Okay, so this is for Booby. Okay, especially this for Mary Contrary. Okay, I figured it out now. Now when I just had 1,500 and I was about to go buy this car, um, this Lord, this fake Lord, this Jehovah, this Elohim, this Most High, who I'm going to war with and been going to war with about 20 years straight, uh, who has sent supernatural beings down here and they try to injure my dinky, they try to injure my neck. I got like this bruise in the side of my neck. They're going inside of my body, trying to damage nerves, and they're using the liquor and smoke. They wait till I drink and smoke and try to. I seen like 3 of them circling my ceiling, and then they try to jump in my body, but my power killed them. You hear a big pop because my body has a shield on it of an angel. But anyway, when I went to get this red Benz Beamer BMW from my friend Paulina, Spanish lady who sells cars, used cars, and my brother got a couple Lexuses from her, and so all I had to give her was 1,200, and I drive off the lot. I'm good. And this car was basically brand new, a red Beamer Jeep. Okay, beautiful. The inside leather interior, black leather. I mean, you could tell that the car was barely driven. Okay, but that's the down money I had to put down. I never got to go there because this Lord used supernatural power to cause me not to be able to do this. I ended up in a trap house, giving out ounces of weed to different niggas, telling them to flip it. How the fuck I end up there? You know, um, you know, I last time when I tried to get this car, he tried to kill me over it. He tried to suffocate me on the train. I was working at the MBTA, and I was on my way to JFK to go to work. And when I was running late, so I got on the train. And when I got on there, he had some kind of demon on there in the darkness under the floor of the train or in the walls of the train. And he gave his demon power to suck the life out of me, to make me feel like I can't breathe. I had a little bit of cranberry juice in my bag. I had a couple cases. So I had plenty of cranberry juice. I started drinking that. But I just felt dehydrated, like I couldn't breathe. And he did all this off of, because I was smoking some cigarettes right before that. So because of the smell of my inside of my body, this spirit creature that he sent is the demon of death. Okay, that he's anointed. This is a demon that he sends to different people, like he sent the demon of death to Tupac. After Tupac occurred so much of their fake money and smoked so much of their weed, their deadly weed and the cigarettes, there's a account that he keeps. Okay, if the Lord gives you something, he holds account for it. And then later on, he tries to attack you and kill you off of what he gave you. And he didn't give you shit, because everything that comes from rock and tree comes from the earth, and the earth belongs to Adam and Eve, and the people are Adam and Eve's kids. Adam and Eve are the first parents. Okay, there's an Adam and Eve for every race, so there's like 50, 60 Adam and Eves. 100. How many races are there? There's the Adam and Eve for the Spanish, Adam and Eve for Italian, etc., etc. Get it? So, I want you to understand that this Lord is throwing temper tantrums every time I try to get a car, every time I try to get some pussy, every time, and I mean, this is how deep it is, okay? I thought that, my dinky was messed up because, I'm thinking I got erectile dysfunction or something, but it's like, no, my power is having me play weak so that I don't have sex with somebody and then they tell me they enjoy it, and then he gets jealous and then he hurts them or hurts their kids or something like that. Okay, because he already broke my baby's mother's foot, or hurt her. There's something to her ankle because he was jealous, my son's mother, of the time we spent together in the past. So he came at her now, and he's been trying to attack her and all that. I have over 1 million people living in my shoes. I just found out I have 1 million people living in my shoes, driving Uber. When I go to do Uber, they locking me out of Uber for no reason. They locking me out of Lyft. So I have all these females. They telling me I made the females and they belong to me and they're my daughters and stuff like that. So they're trying to tell me I can't drive because they're driving and eating meat and smoking weed, and the universe gave them my spirit and gave them my soul, and they're just a female version of me, which I do believe that. I seen it. It's real. They can't have God's soul or the Lord's soul, the devil's soul, because the universe won't let the humans have that soul anymore. They've had it. Don't you remember the story in the Bible where one of the princesses and queens of Cush wanted one of these one of Pharaoh's enemies' head cut off, and the Pharaoh ordered one of his men to cut the man's head off and bring it to her, and they cut the man's head off and put it on a platter and brought it to her. And so that's what it would be like if a female had the devil's soul and spirit. All of them would be like that, but they're not like that no more. Okay, that was a long time ago, over 1,000 years ago, that the devil was inside of the females. But when Jesus came, he gave the females his spirit 2,000 years ago, and he became, because he was an angel, he dwelt in a women and men, a couple women and men, and they made kids, and those kids were his kids, and the people and they had kids, and they had kids, and then he made a big family for himself. And the only problem was is that nobody knew about the the diet thing that they were eating dead animals. He had blinded the people's minds so they wouldn't realize what was going on. When you're eating dead animals, you don't really realize you're doing it. You just look at it as food and meat. So I've been there, you know what I'm saying? And when I finally woke up, I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? So you got to see the animals getting killed for you to really wake up and realize that you can't do that no more. You don't want to do it no more. All right. And now, what the dude is doing, he has my cousin living in my shoes. He has him driving around, selling crack, eating meat. Okay. Trying to be with different women. Trying to imitate me. Okay. Because I was always with a lot of females. I would always be with at least 3 different females a day. And people will always see me and always comment and say that, yo, you always with different chicks. So there's a lot of dudes that try to copy me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was doing what I was doing when I started doing it in the 90s. But since then, a lot of demons came down from heaven or the sewer and try to get inside of these men whoever they thought looked at half decent and try to copy me. I'm not the best looking thing in the world, but I'm a real nigga. So real recognize real, and me and the women, we see eye to eye. Okay, so our chemistry is there. So it's not about looks. It's not about. It is about attraction, but attraction is 50% physical, and the other 50% is emotional and psychological. So, but yeah, he has. I just try to do Uber, and nothing's wrong with my record. They said I passed the criminal test, and the Corey test and everything. And then they said I can come get the car. And then when I actually had the money to come get the car, it's saying I'm locked out of the site, and they saying thank you for applying, but you just can't drive with us at this time. So that proves you that someone's controlling the computer on Uber, either my power or the devil, to lock me out of that entity, because these people are in my shoes and they're getting credit for what I'm doing, but the universe ain't giving me $1 million a day. So it's bullshit. So they're trying to strong arm and trying to steal from me and trying to act like what I do gives everybody an excuse to sin and partake from cannibalism. And it does not. You know how ridiculous it is for dead animals to be inside of a grocery store? Okay. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I gotta go get out of here, get to this. I forgot I gotta go to the bank. But yeah, he has. I'm gonna do more part 2. He has motherfuckers stealing my spot. Then they Uber and Lyft won't let me ride with them for no reason. That's illegal. And every time I try to get a car, he goes out of his way to he does something supernatural so that it don't go right. Like when I went to Paulina and I had the money, she wouldn't take the money. Okay. Every car place I go to, they won't take the money. They try to make some excuse and they try to up the price and say that, oh, you have to have 3,000. I said, nigga, before you said it was 1,000 and I could take the car home. Oh no, it's not. And so the people are phony. They're pieces of him. Okay. So, I just wanted you to know what's going on and how serious, how scared this God is of me, this Lord, and how much he's on my nuts. And I mean, he's on Tupac's nuts too. And Tupac ain't even here. And he got his picture all over the place. What gives him the right to take somebody's picture and put it all over the place like it belongs to him? It don't belong to him. Okay. Who else nuts is he on? A lot of the people who he killed, now he want to bring them back and be on their nuts. Aaliyah. He always talk about Aaliyah. He always talk about a dirty bastard. All the great people he killed. So, and another thing, there's no such thing as age, and everybody is supposed to stay to age 25, and they will from now on. The paradise has been here and is here. Okay. And but if you want to see it more, change your diet and eat nothing dead, and you'll really be in paradise to where no one can fuck with you and everything will go right for you. It don't go right for me because they're flipping my shit inside out and trying to give the world, and I do mean the world, people in Cali, people nowhere near me that don't do shit for me, they're trying to give them credit for being spotless and being clean when they're not doing that. They're partaking from cannibalism. They're partaking from all kind of different sins. Even crackheads, they stealing my power. And when they go to ask somebody for $1, they're getting it off of me. And if I need the money and I ask the bank for $1,000, they tell me no. So it's dynamics that you can understand, and you can't believe it. You're like, wow, that's crazy that they're doing that to Stevie Grams. But the whole thing about it is whether somebody's Jesus, supposed to be Jesus, or black Jesus, no matter what name they give the human being, it's the universe running to a human being and making and trying to force that human being to help them, because their God, their universal God that they made, won't do what he's supposed to do. How the universe gonna run to a man and a woman, Adam and Eve, and try to make them do God's job? And then they have God trying to be Adam and Eve. He's down there trying to have sex, the Lord, inside of Tom, Dick, and Harry, and they're gonna sit up there and let him do that. And then they're gonna try to make Adam and Eve be God. That's what you have the universe doing. So that's some old suspect shit. That's some stupid ass shit to try. That's like me going to a dog and trying to make the dog do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to do what the dog do. I'm going to run around humping everything moving, eating out the garbage, and I'm going to try to make the dog do what a man is supposed to do. Stupidness. Fuck out of here.